So, I was sitting in front of my computer looking outside and thought, how about I do another YouTube video for my dying YouTube channel? But what ship? Queen Elizabeth. No special feature except the buff. How about submarine? Yeah, good joke. I will never accept them. Maybe Neptune.
Oh my, how lewd.
Yeah, no. Looks like there is nothing to choose from. So let's just meme the shit out of the Russians.
Yeah, boy.
Here comes the aeroplane!
Атакуют с юго-востока! Замечен противник на юго-западе!
What? Did you expect more Russian bias? I memed them already enough in the last guide, so let's skip to the intro. So with that we've got enough Russian bias, I hope. But anyway, the Chapayev is a Soviet light cruiser that was actually a light cruiser with its 6-inch turrets and a displacement of 14,000 tons, light for Russian standards. Since when we take for example the USS Indianapolis, what was a heavy cruiser, and was even under the naval treaty with almost 10,000 tons. But no more memes about the Russians. The Chapayev had no appearance in any wars, which means there is no story to talk about. The only interesting part would be that she was commissioned for only 10 years, and that they were planned to serve her in the Baltic Ocean. Well, this was it about the background of this ship, so maybe let's go over her in as a lane. Chapayev was introduced with the Northern Overture event, what implemented the Russian Navy, and since Wargaming and Yosta are good friends, we know what happened next. Russian balance happened, in a way, maybe, okay not really, they had good ships and all, but not really overpowered ones. In the end the only things that were good were the new guns. Chapayev has the super rarity and you could only get her on the event. Who would have thought? You can compare her to a Cleveland just better, but we all know that Cleveland is the best cruiser out there. If somebody disagrees he will suffer. First of all we've got the firepower. Her base state is really good, but since we've got like 2 million retrofits she rather falls short, but still good. But don't forget you've got the Russian treatment, which means good reload, efficiency and of course spicy barrages. You also got a DD gun instead of torpedoes. What gives you so extra damage output and of course helps dealing with annoying destroyers. Next on we have her HP and evasion. Since Chapayev is made in Russian and has a more displacement than a heavy cruiser you get in addition to that much HP. To be exact, almost 4,000 hit points what is already in the top 5. But it doesn't end there. Your evasion is almost that impressive too. You have there 78 points, what makes this ship pretty much equal to Edinburgh's tankiness. What do we have next? Ah yes, the anti-air. Her AA is good, equal to the Cleveland class. What raises me the question, what is the point of the Cleveland class now? With this AA you've got good chances to shoot down some sky cancer, but that's pretty much it. You don't have perks that help you with planes, not like the Cleveland class. Oh, there we have the point why Cleveland is still the best cruiser. But let's stop talking about that finally. We want to see her perks. Chapayev has 3 totally unique skills. The first one is Cavalier of the Ether. Every 15 seconds you have a 70% chance to trigger it. It inflicts burning damage for 6 seconds all the targets you hit. Pretty fun to see the world burn, but overall a nice perk for some extra damage. The next one would be Cavalier's Acumen. This perk mostly buffed Chapayev herself, increasing the crit rate by 15%. Damage dealt to Lally boats 20% and speed of the shells 15%. What makes your shells into railguns? What is totally normal, since the Russians had all the secret technology and almost forgot, the evasion of destroyers gets decreased by 10%. She was made for hunting underage destroyers, and since most of you know that I hate DDs, makes Chapayev a good pick for me. And her last perk is a normal barrage. There is nothing to speak about it, so let's go over her equipment. For the main battery, you take the new Russian bias gun, also known as triple 152mm gun. It has overall stats than the triple 155mm one, but if you don't have it, just take the other one. For the destroyer gun you have some choices, but of course is the Russian choice is the best, so you take the single 130mm turret. It is one of the best guns. Alternative, you can take the twin 127mm one, if you lack the Russian bias gun. But there is also a gun that is rather interesting. It is the twin 130mm. It has bad DPS to heavy armored ships, but in return you have way higher DPS to light and medium armored ones. So if you want to make DDs suffer, this is the way to go. Now the anti-air. For it you take the twin 113mm turret for some good damage and long range AA. If you rather want good DPS, the octuple 40mm pom-pom gun would be the choice. You exchanged range for good reload. Is it the reload worth it? Depends on you other ships. And now the auxiliary equipment. You already have a tanky ship, so we want to increase its survivability even more. So for the first slot we slap a repair toolkit in. It increases your HP by 500 hit points and also gives you a heal over time. For the second slot you can choose between a improved hydraulic rudder and a air radar. Depends on you. If you want to have a better Edinburgh, what hurts me really, or a better Cleveland class, you know what, go with a better Edinburgh. So with that we got everything we need. Now you achieved 100% Russian bias, and before we end the video I just want to say that I made a second channel for all the people that also would like to see different content, like World of Warships or something else. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Robot voice out.